Hello everyone. I've decided to make a video titled Colorado Zircons. Their zircons do occur here in Colorado in several different locations. If you was to pick up any mineral book or any book for Colorado minerals and gems, they just show you a section of zircons occur at the St. Peter's Dome area. I have been there, I found zircons there, and I've seen St. Peter's Dome zircons for sale in some of the rock shops. Those particular zircons are kind of bland. They're not really that gemmy. Zircons can be nice colors. It has a wide range of colors. You have pinks, blues, greens, just any color you can think of. Just about zircons occur in those colors. But the ones that occur in the St. Peter's Dome area are kind of dark, not very translucent that I've seen. And also the ones I've seen in the rock shops are the same way. They're not very translucent. But I know of another place that I get zircons from, and I found it about 3 years ago. And it does have some zircons that are kind of a little more gemmy than what you find up at the St. Peter's Dome area. This other spot that I have found zircons in appear to be real nice gemmy zircons. Not really the kind that you buy in the stores or something like that, but they are pretty cool zircons. The zircons themselves, some of the interesting things about zircons, they're kind of a heavy mineral. They weigh in at about 4.2, 4.4, somewhere around that area. They also have a real high RI, or refraction index. Their refraction index is about, it's almost a 2. It's something like a 197, somewhere around there, almost a 2. Diamond, the refraction index of a diamond is about a 2.4, so 2.40, something close to that area. And zircons are valued for their ability to shine real nice. This other area that I have found zircons in, it's the only other area in Colorado that I know of. And the zircons that I'm getting from that site do have some good color to them. What I do now when I go up to that hole is I'll take some coffee cans and I'll fill that coffee can full of dirt just from the hole that I dug. And then I'll come back to the house and basically wash it all down, pan it back, and that's how I find the zircons. They're not very big. They're probably about the size of, well, the good ones are a little bit bigger than a BB. The smaller ones can get very small, just a couple millimeters. But they are very interesting. I like the thought of finding zircons in some place that's not noted for finding zircons. So in the morning, hopefully I'll take you along and we'll come back to the house with some dirt and find some zircons. To be continued. So I'm going to take the material that I brought down from the hills up in the crystal hole. I'm going to wash it and screen it out. I'll first start with a 1/2 inch screen, and then all the material that's left I'll take it down to a 1/8 inch screen, and it makes it a lot easier to pan it back and check it out. So first of all, I'm going to screen the stuff down and wash it out, and then we'll go from there. Here's where the biggest ones will be in this one here. This bigger than 1/8 inch, smaller than 1/2 inch, but bigger than 1/8 inch. That's where the best ones will be. Not very many of those. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some of the material into my pan and pan it back just like you would do for gold, just as if you're a gold panner. Should be enough for starters. So essentially all I'm going to be doing is just taking the material, panning it back, and looking for zircons as they fall back down through there.
That's a lot of stuff to do, but once you get your eyes trained to it, you can do it. So I'm going to run through this whole bucket that I had, and when I get through, I'll show you what I get. There we go. See if we can get them both in there. Heck, kind of hard to get them to stand on your... There. So there's only 2 of them in that whole entire coffee can. One of them's a dark one. I don't know, I have to look at it through a microscope, see exactly what color it is. It's playing nicely. The other one ain't playing so good. There we go. So there's just 2 of them. One's kind of pale, one's kind of dark. Just 2 of them in the entire coffee can. Now that was just a large size. Now we're going to do the smaller size. Okay, so now I've panned all that other smaller concentrates, and I'm down to the bottom of that, and there's some zircons in there. Before I show you those, I'll show you 3 nice ones that came out of the other coffee can. I did the other coffee can, and 3 of the larger ones that came out of there. There's one. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try that one. This one here. This one here is kind of a twin cube. It doesn't do much refraction. I lost all my light outside because the thunderclouds came in. And then there's this one here, is a white one. And it also is kind of a twin as well. I don't know how close we can get to that. Let's see here. I can't make it sparkle very good. So anyway, I got three nice ones from the other coffee can. And also, I got a lot of smaller ones in here. Let's see if we can do this. So there you see them inside of there. It's kind of hard to get the pictures with the camera, with the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pictures, and I'll leave you some of the pictures of these. Okay, so now I'm going to try to get some good pictures and some footage of some of the zircons that I have that I've found throughout the last couple of years. So some of these, let's drop this down here. Let's go real tiny. Let's see if we can see this one. I just seen it. So this is a chunk of microcline, and right there you see a shiny object. Let's see if I can get, there we go, a little shiny. See how close we can get that in there. That's probably about as close as we can get it. But that's what you're looking for. See that double pyramid shape? Well, that shape is characteristic of a pristine zircon. And sometimes it's in, this is going to be a hard one. Let's see if we can find it. Sometimes I have to find it myself. If I keep watching right here by the finger, see that little glisten of light? Well, that's what I'm looking for. See if we can get that in any closer. That's a hard one to show. But you see that it is just a little zircon sitting in there. Let's see what this one is. Sometimes I have to look for them myself. Sometimes there's a lot more. There it is. So there's a lot more than just one. As I move the rock around, you can see at some angle it really shines. Now let's see if we can get that in there. I'll tell you what, let's start off down here. Let's see if we can bring it to there. I think that might be a little bit better if I can just get to there. So right there. So there we go. That's a good Good picture of a zircon. That looks like a double twinned or something like that, but that is a little zircon hanging out on the side of that rock. Let's go for something a little better. Let's see here. So instantly as we shine it around, we see that flat surface, but I need to point something out on that one. So we can see that shiny little surface there, but what you can't see very well is there's a lot of teeny tiny ones. That looks like one right there. Of course you see this regular one here, but looks like there's might be a little small one there, and there's a few others. This one here kind of seems to be a little bit pinkish in color. There we go. Right there you see how it has such a high refraction. As we turn this stone, I see there's another one right there. Keep your eye on that. See that glistening in the corner? Well, that's just like little diamonds. It's very extremely hard to capture refraction in a camera setting, so those little glistenings that you see as you do that with the naked eye, it shows up even more. So that's those. Let's go into something. Let's try to show some scale to some of these. Okay, so here's some of the largest ones I've ever found. And these larger ones do come from the St. Peter's Dome area. They're not exactly the best in quality. You can see they have, oops, they're pretty good as far as double pyramidic shape. About a ½ centimeter. This one here is about a ½ centimeter. This one here is a little bigger than a ½ centimeter. That's a good picture there. But you see these are very opaque. You can't see into them at all. They're not very translucent. But they are in fact zircons. Those are zircons from the St. Peter's Dome area. Now let me get out some smaller ones. Let me see here. Here's some smaller ones. Matter of fact, I'm going to put them into something that we might see a little better on. See if we can do this. Here, it might work this way a little better. Yes. So here's some of the smaller ones. Get a whole bunch of those. Now, let's see if we can drop in on that a little bit better. Let's see here. So these are a little more gemmy. There's a little more color variation than the ones I find at the St. Peter's Dome area. And I dropped my toothpick. So we'll use something else. So some of these, like this one here, is kind of a white one. It's got very good coloration as far as not coloration, but it's white, and it actually has a little bit of depth when you look into it. It's not quite so resistant to light. You can see inside of it. That one's kind of a crude one, but it is a zircon. Let's see. So there's a well-formed one right there, and some of them can be real tiny, just little bitty teeny tiny guys. But these from this other area do have some better quality or gemminess to them, I guess, if you will. It's a real good one right there. Come on, you can do it. There we go, that's good. So there you see how that one there kind of shines up a little bit. There you see how shiny they are. And as I'm looking at it through the camera, I see it doesn't refract that well, but by the naked eye, all those are real shiny pieces. Alright, so let me see if I can, well, let's see if there's any other ones in here I wanted to show you. Let's just see here. Oops, wrong way. And we'll go back up to here. And we'll set this to the side. So this here, let's see where this one is. I don't know where this one's at. We'll look for it together. Oh, there's a little one. And you can just turn it in the sunlight. It's so much easier until you find the sweet spot, the little glistening in it. Here's a little crystal variation. I don't remember where that one was at. Oh, there I see a little small one right there somewhere. Yep, tucked down inside there. There we go. I like it when they're crystals, or along the side of crystals, that they also have kind of a combo. You see that little group right there. So this little broken piece of a crystal, this is pretty much the one that started everything. It was really encrusted with a lot of the orange iron inclusions, and I couldn't really make much of it. I seen that it had a little bit of gemmy on the faces, so I took it home and cleaned it up. And as I cleaned it up, I noticed these shiny little things here, which as soon as I seen them, I knew what they were. Just a whole bunch of them right in that corner. Quite a few. And this has been one of the better pieces I found yet. Those are all pinkish little zircons. That sure was cool there, all them zircons right in there. Really nice look to them. It's the first one I ever found. Something like that's about the biggest one I found. Those are Colorado Zircons. Hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck getting out there and maybe finding some yourself.